So we're taking over the Gaza Strip. We're taking control of Greenland. We're going to make Canada the 51st state. We're going to take Panama. We're going to obliterate Iran. Yeah, if they do anything that we don't like, especially try an assassination on President Trump. If you just listen to Donald Trump like you're some kind of dolt, like this is the first time you've ever heard him speak, you could get all fired up over imperialism right now. But come on. This is Donald Trump. He is negotiating right now. That's what the man is doing. You have to listen to him with better ears than that. And they won't. I mean, the Democrats will not. They're going to continue to go nuts over every single thing he says. And yet, have we imposed any tariffs on anybody yet? Nope. He hasn't done that. He did, in fact, bring Canada, Mexico, and China to the table to negotiate better deals. So within the next 30 days, I expect we're going to have some pretty good agreements. I really doubt we're ever going to have to apply the tariffs that he's been talking about. Pretty interesting, pretty amazing, the things that he's doing all at once. And again, you just can't keep up. Well, I can't keep up, let alone the left-wing media trying to keep up and complain and bitch about every single thing he's doing because he's on to the next. Aren't you going to complain about that one too?
They are so off balance.
It's been so great. Yesterday there was a big blow-up about Politico and Politico getting funds, and I guess they couldn't meet payroll last week. And so several people probably, shared the email that the company employees got, and there was some kind of technical snafu, of course. But people started speculating it was because the USAID funds had been frozen. Yeah. And so are they completely funded by USAID? Turns out, I think they got $44,000.
Oh, no.
From USAID.
It was quite a bit more.
Well, they've gotten something like $8.2 million from federal agencies.
Okay.
Not all of that USAID.
Gotcha. Yeah, and Karoline Leavitt actually spoke to this yesterday.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to clip 6.
Go ahead.
I was made aware of the funding from USAID to media outlets, including Politico, who I know has a seat in this room. And I can confirm that the more than $8 million taxpayer dollars that have gone to essentially subsidizing subscriptions to Politico on the American taxpayers' dime will no longer be happening. The DOGE team is working on canceling those payments now. Again, this is a whole of government effort to ensure that we are going line by line when it comes to the federal government's books. And this president and his team are making decisions across the board on, do these receipts serve the interests of the American people? Is this a good use of the American taxpayers' money? If it is not, that funding will no longer be sent abroad, and American taxpayers will see significant savings because of that effort. Thank you.
How could you be against that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure Politico's against it, and all the other
whoever's in that room from Politico
outlets. Yeah, whoever's on the take from the federal government and getting our taxpayer dollars. Why is that happening? How did that happen?
I just see the Homer Simpson drifting back into the bush there. If you're in Politico in the press room,
yeah.
Oh boy,
that is embarrassing. Really awkward. And you might not, their employee might not have even known that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes it so much obvious now. How we've always said for decades that the liberal media, the mainstream media, carries the water for the Democrat left. Well, now it's starting to make a little more sense other than just ideology based.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew about PBS and NPR, all of that stuff. But this goes way beyond. These are private companies.
I mean, this is...
How is the Politico receiving $8.2 million of our tax-paying dollars? I don't care what federal agency it's coming from. That should not be happening.
Nope.
Can you imagine if it was the Blaze?
Oh my.
Especially now with Trump in office. What if the Blaze was receiving millions of taxpayer dollars from the federal government right now? Oh, they'd be out of their minds.
Oh, yeah, and the left would say, well, this is why you guys are so pro-Trump.
Oh, absolutely.
So we can, of course, say the exact same thing about Politico and other media outlets.
And you know it's true.